There are certain fighters in the UFC who became sick leading up to the fight, where they fought through their illnesses to successfully make it to the event. So here is 5 fighters who fought whilst they were sick. Number 5. Sage Northcutt quickly made himself known after finishing both Francisco Trevino and Cody Fister impressively, where the UFC gave him a step up in competition, where he was next set to face Brian Barberina at UFC on Fox 18. Just 2 days before the fight, Sage Northcutt went to the emergency clinic for strep throat. He said he couldn't concentrate and had a hard time hearing, where he spent majority of his time lying in bed. He decided not to pull out and made it to the fight, where he lost by submission via an arm triangle choke in the second round. Number 4. Carlos Condit had put together 3 solid wins over Jake Ellenberger, Rory McDonald, Dan Hardy, and was next scheduled to face Dong Yong Kim at UFC 132. Just a couple of weeks before the fight, Carlos Condit attended a friend's wedding where he ate something and became really sick. The food poisoning was so bad that he was unable to eat or train for a while, where his team was thinking of pulling him out. Carlos Condit decided not to pull out and made it to the fight, where he won the fight by knockout via flying knee and punches in the first round. Number 3. George St Pierre was set to make his 8th title defense against Nick Diaz at UFC 158. Just 1 day before the fight, GSP drank some watermelon juice for rehydration that had been out of the fridge too long and got a very bad upset stomach. He spent the whole night vomiting, where things were not looking good. GSP fought through the illness and went ahead and fought Nick Diaz, where he won the fight by unanimous decision. Number 2. After losing to Stipe Miocic at UFC 203, Alistair Overeem made a quick turnaround and was set to face Mark Hunt at UFC 209. During fight week, Alistair Overeem had some sushi, where immediately he began feeling sick and was hospitalized. He felt dizzy and had extremely low energy. He was given an IV and decided to still fight, where he went on to defeat Mark Hunt by knockout in the 3rd round. Number 1. Luke Rockhold had put together 4 dominant wins over Costas Philippou, Tim Boach, Michael Bisping and Lyoto Machida, and was next given the opportunity to face then UFC middleweight champion Chris Weidman at UFC 194. Just 2 weeks before the fight, Luke Rockhold caught a staph infection on his left foot and relied on antibiotics to help him get to the fight. He said he felt exhausted and the antibiotics was draining his body during fight week. In the fight, Luke Rockhold overcame his staph infection and finished Chris Weidman by TKO in the 4th round to become the new UFC middleweight champion of the world.